So what do you see are the main socio-economic impacts that could have?
When I look at the success stories in countering inequality and in raising the floor, alleviating poverty, and the role that companies and investors can play, I think of three things in particular. The first is scale. The most successful companies that are actually having that ground level impact have a very broad scale. They're able to overcome the infrastructural obstacles, the lack of connectivity. They're truly global in that sense. And that has to be the case in Asia because you're talking about 5 billion people, remember, and you want to reach all of them eventually if you want to bridge inequality. The second is affordability, right? Asia is the most economically unequal region in the world. It has the largest number of billionaires, but it also has the largest number of absolute poor people in the world, all within this broader Asian region. So inequality is statistically very extreme. Wealth has been generated, but there's billions of people, so many have been left behind. So affordability of products and access to those affordable services is absolutely critical. The third would be adaptation, right? Because you have very different levels or degrees of access to basic things like electricity. So new products have to be developed, healthcare systems, So companies are learning to adapt their products to those local conditions. Solar power packs on mobile phones is one obvious example. Using mesh networks for Wi-Fi, right? For the lack of fiber optic cables and so on. That's innovation. So scale, affordability, adaptation. Those are really the three critical things.
Great. Now on that note, what could be some of the market-based solutions that might help to forward this even or fast-track this, such as impact investing or other market-based solutions?
Very much so. So the whole dialogue that's taking place today around inclusion, it's services inclusion, so getting people access to basic services like electricity, water, roads, transport, and so forth, and financial inclusion. I view these as twin tracks. The infrastructure allows for the mobility that gets people involved in society more broadly rather than being physically marginalized. And the digital dimension, once you get the mobile phone in people's hands, you start to get them into the ecosystems of finance, of mortgages, of lending, of just information, the information economy. And people are starting to do things with that we didn't even realize. So there's an entirely new area expanding now around mobile education, right? Kids are learning literacy now through the mobile phone. That was not the original intent, was it? So I think that overcoming those access gaps through the emphasis on financial inclusion and infrastructural inclusion, those are the really important priorities. And again, we have a long way to go, but I'm pleased to see that as the cost of technology comes down, the business models are really taking advantage of the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.